Oh yeah, well, I mean, okay, let's talk about this artist event thing for a second. So, uh,
Yes, I was gonna say just all these crazy things that you're doing and involved in, and all different types of stuff. So I don't know. We could talk about the artist event. You did mention the photo shoot, and I don't know if you want to talk about that a little bit as well. That was pretty interesting too.
yeah, that was really fun. So, yeah, this retail store. So we're obviously a manufacturer and a designer. So we sort of make the stuff and design little collections and stuff. But we work with retail stores and independent jewelry stores, and we really like it when they design stuff too. So this really cool store and company called Borrow Luxury designed. They're sort of building their website and their company out, and they wanted kind of a big line of jewelry that was their own. So we worked it was a process. It was a really fun process of going back and forth on all the designs, and the lady there drew everything out, and we catted it and everything. And so we ended up making it. I don't even know how many pieces it was. It may have been 30 pieces or something of her own creation, totally custom made. Um, so we got all that in. We we took our lines that we have, our sort of designer lines that we have already there too. And so there was just a ton of jewelry. So we had this really cool place, venue. It was an old YMCA from like the 1900s, like 1910 or something. And so it was sort of like Italian Renaissance-y. It had like the red tile floors and like the stucco everywhere and stuff. Super, super cool place. And yeah, we did this multi-day photo shoot with everything. They had 5 models, uh, 3 photographers. I didn't know you had more than one photographer. I've never, but they had 3 photographers, a videographer, um, staff, support staff. It was a big thing. It was really fun. So I think they got like 1,800 photos from that or something. And so they're gonna build their website out with that. A ton of lifestyle shots and just like really cool visuals. So yeah, that was what was that? A couple weekends ago, I guess we did that. Um, so that was
Yes,
really
but
fun. Yeah,
last weekend, and then this weekend,
yeah,
you did this artist event at
yeah,
a store in Iowa.
yeah. That store was in Iowa. I'm not in Iowa, so that was fun. We yeah, we had our person named uh, Karen go to the store, and so she was there with the staff. That was awesome. She spent a couple days there, and then me and a good friend of mine. He's a professional artist and a professional jewelry maker. His name's Avery. We were in our town near Chattanooga, and we set up this awesome. We had this rigged kind of thing where we had this iPad. So we did this over Zoom. It was like an artist. What did they call it? Well, it was an artist jewelry redesign event. So if you had like say a family ring or family stones or some diamonds or just your ring from a while ago and you sort of wanted it to be like a different style or something, you could bring it in and they would redesign it with you. And so you could turn your piece into something new using the stones or the gold or whatever. And one of the tricky things about something like that is you don't usually get to see it beforehand. We can do like the computer images of it, but it takes a couple days or something. So we really wanted something fun to do like right then. And so Avery, this artist, we were over Zoom doing these appointments, and we had these cameras that were facing down where you could see his hands and the paper, and so we were able to sketch the designs out for people in real time. So they would send us either pictures or something that they liked from Pinterest, or they would have stuff in the store and they would like show it to us on the camera, and then just kind of describe um, what they wanted, the color of gold and just everything. And he would draw it right in front of them, and they could watch him do it and stuff. It was really really fun. It was cool. I don't even know how many we did. We did a bunch of them, um, too.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, we were.
So people
Yeah.
were watching him draw the things that they wanted right in front of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, they were making it up. We had this lady, super cool lady. She had this ruby. So she had these three rubies from Family Rings, and she wanted a new ring out of it, like something that she liked now as far as style. And so she really liked these kind of bezel-y looking rings with the gold around the stones and stuff. And so they were ovals. And so they found a ring that they liked. It just didn't have the stones in it. So they showed us that ring, and so it was a big oval in the middle, and then it had, little oval, little oval, little oval, going down the sides. And so but she didn't know if she wanted the center stone, the big one in the middle, to be going like up and down or sideways, like what you call east west. So she didn't know, and we didn't have a way. You normally don't have a way to show that. So the artist Avery drew. He was able to sketch it right in front of her. It took a few minutes. Had color to it and everything. She could watch him draw it in both ways, so she could see it going up and down and side to side, using her rubies. So she had a ruby in the middle, diamond, ruby, diamond. Um, and it was awesome. It was cool. It was really fun seeing her face too. She loved it, and I don't know. It was just a really fun thing to see, like family stones get turned into something new. Um, so it's cool. And I'm glad we did it too, because we all liked it as soon as we started seeing it. I was thinking it in my head, and I hate to influence people or whatever, but I thought the east-west sideways oval was really cool. And so as soon as he was done, I don't know. I kind of mentioned, I was like, I don't know, man, I don't know what you like, but the East-West Ruby looks pretty awesome. And so she immediately was like, I was just thinking that. I think that looks awesome. So that's the one she ended up going with. So it was good.
Wow, that sounds so fun. Um,
Yeah.
that's amazing. We've done a couple of shows like this, but I think this was the best one so far, and I think
Yeah.
I would love to replicate that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was honestly, it was really easy to set up. We had this really cool stand thing that allowed, the iPad camera to like face down on the paper, where you could see. That was the biggest change, is being able to do it virtually, so you could do it kind of anywhere at any time and watching it happen. Before, sometimes you have to send pictures and then you get a picture back at some point or whatever. That's not as cool. So this was sort of a big step up for us. It was a lot of fun. I know Avery said he really liked it too, so it was cool. It's crazy how he does it, dude. It's the craziest thing. He draws them from your point of view. So it's upside down for him. Now some of these he would draw the right way depending on how the camera was angled, but like he's drawing these like picture perfect rings that there's no. He's not like sketching something that already is there. These people are like making stuff up. Like they might send like something that looks like in the realm of it, but then they're like we had a lady. It's like, oh, I kind of like this ring, but I don't want a ring. I want a necklace. And we're like, okay. And he was like, oh yeah, hang on. And he just drew the shape of the ring, generally had a bail on top, turned it into a necklace out of thin air. And I think he did it upside down. So he does it from your point of view. So he's opposite of that. It's the craziest thing. Yeah, it blows my mind. Yeah. And so actually something I need to do, I need to go over there pretty quick too. I'm sure those are finished. We did a little color on them and everything. And so we wanted to just let that, dry out and be good to go and set or whatever.
But you do watercolor on them?
No, we use these. We have done watercolor, and watercolor is awesome. But that's a little more, so he can kind of vary the look of the drawings from like really real kind of looking to like a little bit more artsy. Yeah. And it just depends on what you want. This one, we were really trying to show people what the stuff was going to look like exactly. Yeah. And so we did it a little bit more like function over form, I guess. So this one we used, he had these like colored pencils, India ink, and what was there was some like crazy white opaque marker pen that he like kind of nudged the stones with, and it made them sort of glimmer a little bit. I don't know what that was, but I think that has to dry, whatever material, whatever that was. But it kind of lets the stones sort of have a little glimmer to them or something.
Wow.
So, but we're gonna mail all those to them, so all those people are gonna get the drawings like in real life. So that's cool too.
Oh, that's awesome. So they get a keepsake. They can frame it.
Yeah, they can frame it. So, yeah, it went really well. I think everyone liked it. So I'm excited to do it.
Did we submit those pictures for CAD?
Yeah, and so actually the feedback we got was that this was even way better than normal. So sometimes when we get like CAD requests, they're you know, a little all over the place as far as how detailed or how straightforward. Yeah. This is, the CAD people are getting like actual drawings exactly of what they're looking for with little notes.
The CAD guys now. Absolutely.
So easy.
This is going to make it a lot easier. Yeah.
So I was next to him taking the notes and just sort of talking. Avery's cooler than me. I don't know why I was talking, but and so I would get a little bit of the info, you know, what gold color and finger size, and just make sure we had all the information. So we got all that kind of separate. But yeah, we filmed it, so we'll put out some of this stuff. I think it'll be fun to watch. We'll see.
Oh yeah, and people are gonna love that. And I was talking to Steve over the weekend, and like, how cool would it be if we do like a pre-Valentine's event, and like that's the Valentine, or even maybe a post-Valentine's, and like the Valentine's gift is you get to go together and watch this guy sketch your piece.
Yeah.
As that, like as an experience.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. And this is a cool thing. That'd be a great thing.
TV on the wall, and they can watch. I mean, people were gathering around as I think that people were gathering around watching that weren't even part of this, right?
Yeah. So we had people on their end kind of gathering around the screen, you know, watching it. And then he had people, he teaches like clay, like the big clay wheels from the movies. Yeah. He teaches that. Wow. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. And so he had people. I mean, he had clay stuff happening at some points, and he had people coming from that, like, kind of like, what is this contraption? And then, hearing some of the talking and stuff going on or whatever. And we had like a little crowd, watch him. So he's got ice in his veins. I could not draw in front of that many people. I don't know how he does it, but he did. He's cold stone, ice in his veins. So yeah, it's crazy. I mean, he does it all day, every day. It's like nothing to him. But I mean, I just thought it was the craziest thing. I thought it was really fun. So
nice. Well, that's awesome, and yeah, right in line with creating experiences. Creating more new experiences. Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Just doing something fun and interesting and whatever. That's what we're out here driving around doing. So that's the big thing.
So you drive around and then you show up at like a photo shoot with like several models and a handful of photographers and video and all that, and then you drive around some more and you show up at like an intense artist sketching custom party event. Right. And then you say your friends and family like say they have trouble understanding what you do.
Yeah, I mean, it literally sounds made up. Right, yeah, no, isn't that?
That sounds ridiculous, Joseph. I don't think that's a real job.
Yeah, my mom is like still pretty sure I'm unemployed.
Yeah.
She's not positive that it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that a lot. It is like, yeah, I mean, someone will be like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I like, I had to try to explain that, and you know,
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know. So yeah, it's a pretty fun job. The day to day varies a lot
A
from
lot.
day to day. Yeah, it varies a lot. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we do that stuff, and then one of the most fun things for me, that's hard to even explain unless you do it or you've been in a store, a jewelry store, an independent jewelry store. Is I just going around, part of the job again is going around and actually just seeing the stores, talking to their staff, showing them some of the new designs, or like with the Bar Luxury, we talked before about that photo shoot. I mean, the first kind of part of that, the lead up to this big awesome photo shoot, multi-day whatever thing, was sitting down with them and just looking at jewelry and designing stuff and talking through the processes and talking through their customers and where they're at and everything. And so going around to stores, walking in and just kind of feeling the energy. And I mean, these people that work in these jewelry stores, they really care a lot about jewelry. I mean, it's their lives. It's, they're not there to sell stuff. I mean, they love diamonds, they love jewelry, they love the stories, they love the people, the heirlooms that get passed down. They love seeing jewelry, making it. They love every part of it more than anything. So just getting to feel that and, like, I don't know, just be as big a part of that as possible is what I'm like here to do, and that's kind of the fun part of it. So we do a lot of that too, you know. Um, on a day to day. So
So there's
again,
work.
again,
So there's work involved. Okay.
yeah, no, I mean, there's like, yeah, Neil, you should know, yeah, very specifically,
Yeah.
yeah, there is some work happening, yeah, yeah, so, yeah, I just want to point out during that photo shoot, there's like maybe 10 of those photos. I had to hold the light at one point, so I had to hold this like $3,000 light bar above my head over this pool table or something. Um, so I mean, I'm breaking a sweat. I mean, working
Right.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Work
yeah,
hard. Yeah. Yeah.
working pretty hard. Yeah, yeah. So no, it's a little bit of a crazy job. A lot of traveling, but yeah, I mean it's fun. It is
Yeah.
weird to explain.
So yeah. So what's going on at this Xenia boutique?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is this is it's a tailor shop. It's a men's and women's clothing store, independently owned. And so their big thing, they sell, Xenia, and they sell some other really cool brands. And it family owned, kind of like us. Like the coolest people actually play tennis with the son every week. And I mean, they're like really, really good, cool people. The dad, Mr. Jacobian, the one that I think owns it or operates it, he's one of like a couple master tailors left in, I don't know if it was the country, I know at least the state, and I think it's the country, the whole country. Um, so he's got all the stuff on the walls and stuff, been doing it for a really long time. They do everything by hand. Just a cool place. And so I, patron them a bunch, and so we formed a relationship and everything. So we've had some discussions about some different things happening and some stuff, and we've been talking to them about expanding in some jewelry into their store. And jewelry, in a way, you may sort of not think about jewelry the right way all the time. Jewelry is not always just a ring or a bracelet or a necklace. Jewelry is just kind of anything that means anything to you. And so for them, it's a little bit different. We've got some really cool, now bracelets, this sort of collection of bracelets and stuff, that's a little bit more normal jewelry, but these things are kind of wicked. They've got these crazy clasps they've got little sapphires on them. And I don't even understand the locking mechanism. It's really cool. It has some kind of like double joint unlocking situation. Really cool. But they screw off of the bands, and so
it's a mariner's clasp, and I think that's how I think that's how they work in marining, yachting, that kind of thing.
Oh,
They're
okay.
designed.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I should know that I probably should know that, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nice.
They're
Yeah.
designed for that, and
Yeah.
the bracelet itself, the cuff itself, is made of steel cable. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are very cool.
It's pretty cool. And there's some leather ones. The steel, they have like different color braids and stuff too, different color clasps and things. So it's really cool. So I've got a few of those I'm going to take over there. And then we have been talking about some custom things that you may not expect that I think are so cool, like diamond crusted buttons on suits. Like we've got this really cool idea for like tuxedo buttons with like a black button with black diamonds on it. So it's not like too ostentatious or anything or too out there, but it's just like a little something special and kind of unique. We've got like a bunch of belt buckle stuff. So yeah, we'll see that this could be, expecting this to be sort of like a new category of jewelry. And, and obviously we talked a bit ago, I don't know if we got it on this or not, but about these hoodie links, too. I kind of categorize those in sort of the same way. So we've got this really cool store in Atlanta, Georgia, that's got these right now. What do you remember what they're called? They're not called amulets, are they?
I forgot what they're called, but
aglets. I think it's aglets.
Yeah.
It's
I've never
the
heard
end.
that before, so I don't know what that actually means. But it's
Yeah,
the end of the drawstring, essentially. They
Yeah,
go on the end of the drawstring, just decorate the end of the drawstring, and so we've got silver and diamond or gold and diamond aglets for people that wear. People are spending like $2,000 on hoodies now, so why not?
Yeah.
Why not decorate them? Why shouldn't they have diamonds on them?
Yeah, and I'll point out we actually got hit with the demand for this. This is something already people were interested in. So if it sounds crazy to anyone listening or to me or you,
this is the cool thing that's happening is people are starting to come to us with ideas with like, hey, can you do this, or can you put, even things like bags. Somebody wanted a golf bag, wanted their golf bag blinged out.
That's right. That's so cool, by the way. Yeah. That was actually me. I did that under an anonymous name. That was me, I think.
These hoodie links took us months. How long does this take? 3-4 months?
It took a long time. Yeah. They're tricky. They're really tricky.
He asked for these last year for the holiday season last year. That didn't work out so
No, I actually really distinctly remember the conversation of, I don't know, what was it, like August or something? It's like, oh yeah, we'd love to have these by Christmas. And I'm pretty sure you specifically were like, yeah, that's how, of course. Yeah, easy.
No problem. Yeah.
So no problems. So I think it was next March, we delivered a prototype.
Yeah, it was March.
Yeah. And I think the first ones like cut the string whenever something crazy. So we are, I think we got it dialed in now,
But we did literally what is that called? Like mold a die, and we die
Yeah.
strike these these spring things that go inside to hold on to the drawstring. Is pretty.
Wow.
I mean, it's not that complicated, but it is a little bit of
Yeah.
a mechanism, and it works pretty well
Yeah, to
now.
just create that. Yeah. No, just to
Yeah,
just create that out of thin air. I mean, you know, you see these things dangling from a hoodie, you're like, oh, easy, cool, or whatever. But it's a process. But I mean, they're
and to
awesome.
do it in
They
like
really,
gold and
yeah, rare
gold
metals. Yeah,
steel, all that stuff. Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
not sure how
yeah,
they set
we've
diamonds on that.
seen the
I don't
ones
know.
that are like plastic and stuff, but this is
Yeah, yeah, this is golden
different ball
diamonds.
game. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that'll be fun. We'll see how all that kind of plays out. But yeah, no, it's honestly it's been a really fun, interesting bit of time where we've sort of been expanding the pie a little bit on what jewelry is. I just think that's so it's just so fun. Oh, obviously, I mean we've got the diamond putters. That was probably one of the coolest things. With
yeah,
the putter with the diamonds all over the bottom of it, or something. What is it? Three carats of diamonds, or something?
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah. So
it's
we've done some.
that gets a lot of attention. That's going back out today to another store. Steve's taking it on a little trip.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah,
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
so yeah, yeah, it's been fun. People are starting to get the juices flowing, and when we show these kind of concepts, people are starting to open up the box.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's hard, and I kind of get it from a consumer, like like a regular person. I get the trickiness now. I see it a lot, or we see it, and we run into it too. It's easy to say. We talk about custom jewelry a lot, and making it and designing it and stuff, and it's so easy to say, oh yeah, just like whatever you want, just make yeah, you just kind of make whatever you want, and it's a
yeah,
lot harder to realize that, to make that something tangible and that you actually want and that's deliverable and stuff, and I can see how it's tricky from someone walking into a jewelry store or whatever. But the stores now, I mean, we I go into so many stores, I talk to so many people, and designing these lines with people, and all the crazy stuff that we're starting to make. You can feel that it's a lot easier nowadays to have those conversations and get something made and something cool that you're just sort of making up in your head. I think people are a lot, we're, like you said, we're starting to get used to that, and starting to realize what the capabilities are of everyone in the industry and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's been fun, and I think it's just going to get more fun too. So I'm excited about it. Or it's going to be just the work. I mean, we'll see. It's either going to
yeah,
be awesome,
yeah,
yeah, or just the absolute demise of all
yeah.
of us. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be, yeah. So
No, I
we'll
think
see how it
like
plays out.
this is. I think there's two sides of it where you're talking about. One is for us from the industry to like figure out how to make these things and how to you know uh, how to conceptualize, how to design it. There's some R&D involved. Like how do you do this, and how do you make it in a way
Yeah,
that works and it's durable and it serves different purposes uh, and it's actually functional as a different thing. Like somebody asked us,
right.
and this was a few years ago. This was one of the first, like pretty out of the box jobs that I remember that helped us start thinking, more out of the box here. But somebody asked for a golf ball marker.
Yeah,
And it's actually a golf ball marker on one side, and you flip it over, and it's a poker blind. This is one of the coolest projects I've worked on, and it so you gotta. It's not complicated. It doesn't have moving parts and stuff. Some of the bag things and things like that are more
Yeah.
complicated mechanically, but even this, you got to think about okay, how thick or thin is it going to be, and what are the dimensions, and it has to serve a purpose, so you can't make it too small.
Right.
And then you make it large, and there's a lot of gold in there.
Right.
Um,
Right.
um, and then so how do you make it kind of affordable as a thing for other people? So since then we've had several of those,
Yeah.
um, and so you're engineering this thing for various constraints here, and you want people to be able to actually sell this or buy this. So one is, we have to think out of the box, and then the stores have to start thinking. Is we're going around talking to our retail partners about, hey, this is giving them examples, because it's hard to now we tell stories and we say, oh, we did this and we did that, and um, it's still hard to conceptualize that,
Yeah.
and as opposed to showing it. And so now we show it
Right.
to them,
Yeah.
and they're starting to think of these things. And now and then it goes from there to the consumer. If somebody comes in to buy something from a jewelry store, they may be thinking of a ring or a pendant or a necklace or whatever it is. But to think that, hey, we could buy a money clip or a
Right.
golf ball marker for
Diamond
some
crusted
guy.
Kansas City Chiefs hat.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, exactly. I mean,
yeah.
there's Kansas City Chiefs fans out there, and there's golf fans out there this would be a lovely,
Yeah.
gift for a lovely holiday gift, but nobody's thinking of that unless you
Right.
kind of get that out there. So
Right.
it's been a pretty fun process, and we have, I think, a long way to go to
Yeah.
get this out there. But that's why we're talking to men's clothing stores, and
Right.
yeah,
Golf pro shops and
yeah, yeah, and
yeah,
that's why
yeah.
it's a little hard to understand what you do for a living, Joseph. It's hard for me
Yeah.
to understand too. So
Oh, it better not be hard for you to understand. Yeah, we need you to understand pretty
yeah,
clearly. Yeah. 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 It's okay. I don't know what I do. I mean, I have no
yeah,
idea.
there we go.
Yeah. No concept. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, you're never going to guess whose phone exploded for the second time. So I guess for the second time, this is a great place to end. And once again, we really appreciate everyone listening. We love doing these little conversations and just sharing some of what it's like to do our job and be in our industry. So thank you again for listening and watching. And, please reach out to us. We'd love to hear feedback, comments. We'd love to hear what you love about the industry. And we look forward to it next time. Thanks.